Alright guys, let's dig in. The Godzilla Monster Planet teaser trailer has officially premiered, and right under our noses really, because I didn't hear about this till like just right now, and I was on Facebook browsing around as I always do, and then lo and behold, there was a link, several links on several pages talking about the trailer is finally up. I rush on over to YouTube, plug it in, and sure it is. There enough, we see it right there. I turn up the volume, go to full screen, put my headphones in, and watch the thing. And it's only a few seconds long. I'm not even sure if it goes on for a full 10 seconds, but it does tell us a lot about the movie. First things first, I guess you just describe the trailer. The trailer, when I first starts off, it looks a lot like Interstellar or something, honestly, which is it's cool and it's very different. So first thing you see are the humans, and like I said, it really feels like a different type of movie, which is great. I mean, we're gonna really give the franchise a new type of feel to it because it looks like Interstellar. You see a ship, they're kind of like hovering around Earth, and then you get some great shots of the cast, and you see the main human characters looking at Earth through the cockpit windows and whatnot. And it looks fantastic. And the next thing, few things we see the humans basically arriving down on Earth, and they meet a brand new creature we had not seen before. Because remember, last time I announced the kaiju that are going to be in the movie, but we don't see any of them. We don't see Rodan, Anguirus, Dagra, or Kamacuras, or Orgo. No, we see something, small, relatively, I don't know, maybe the size of a tiger or something, rushing at a human soldier. Before we cut to that final last shot of human beings staring at Godzilla, and he's like shrouded in dust or smoke. And then we hear the roar, and we cut to black. Now, let's just start with the beginning of the movie. Well, the teaser trailer, and I will say this. I saw some people in the comment section just, expressing disappointment because it looks like it's going to be all CGI, instead of hand-drawn animation. And I have to admit, I'm a wee bit disappointed by that because I prefer hand-drawn animation so much more. At the same time, though, I'm really happy with it because the story sounds so damn intriguing. And I think if the story and action and, of course, dialogue is delivered really well, I think people will ease down on the visuals. Because I'm not excusing them, because that's what I would have preferred, but I think those other aspects of the movie will carry the movie without worrying about what it would look like if it looked like Hellsing Ultimate OVA. So yes, in my heart, I always wish and long for something drawn like that instead of the CGI that we're going to get. However, the premise is so interesting that I don't really care. I just want to see the freaking movie already. So moving away from that, everything else looks great. And regardless of CGI or hand-drawn or not, I think some of the shots look really good. The ships with the sun in the background, and then you see the ships hovering around Earth. I mean, it sets the tone pretty well. And then let's talk about this new. Well, actually, I want to talk about the Godzilla shot first because there's a lot to talk about the other creature. The Godzilla shot. Okay, now I know they're really paying homage to Godzilla 2014, which is great that Toho is acknowledging that. Yes, that movie, whether you liked it or not, did resurrect the franchise after Godzilla Final Wars damn near destroyed it. And I say this because if you've seen a lot of Godzilla 2014 posters, man, that looks just like the Godzilla 2014 poster. With Godzilla, his back is to us, and he's kind of shrouded in smoke and flares and stuff. And then you see the really tiny humans in the foreground just looking on helplessly. That image looks just like the Godzilla 2014 poster. And of course, the Godzilla himself, although we haven't seen the full reveal yet, he does look a lot like Godzilla 2014. Although, of course, once you get down to it, I'm pretty sure the details will be a little different. The spines already look a little different. But once again, we haven't really actually seen him yet, which is good. I'm glad they're really taking the 2014 route and kind of hiding him from us. And I think it's a very good thing. I still want to see a real final design, though. We'll have the super long tapering tail of 2016. We'll have the elephant feet of 2014. We don't know yet, but I'm glad they're paying homage to Godzilla 2014, given the respect it deserves. Moving on to the new creature, Servum. Well, I mean, I thought that Kamacuras was going to be the creature that was, uh, smaller, maybe human-sized. After all, an original son of Godzilla, Kamacuras was originally a human-sized praying mantis, and then the radiation storm made them even bigger to finally kaiju-sized. So I thought they were going to be at the human-level threat, that could fight humans one-on-one and stuff like that, and humans might beat them like with normal guns. But no, we have this other creature, Servum, which I'm finally was reading about. This is a brand new reveal, and it's very strange but cool. And from what I've read, they're going to be land and flying forms. The land form, I guess, is what we saw in the trailer, and their pictures have been leaked, which I luckily found, which show the flying form, which looks like kind of a parasitic dragon-looking thing. But wait, there's more. It gets more interesting because I heard these creatures supposedly evolved from Godzilla himself. Now, one may question, well, hold on, that thing doesn't really look like Godzilla per se. However, remember that scene in Shin Godzilla where, spoiler, if you haven't seen it, go see it. It's available in many formats now. But right at the end, you see the Godzilla humanoid things coming from Godzilla's tail at the very end, and everyone pretty much was agreeing that, yes, that was going to be at least a part of Godzilla's next evolution, to have those little soldier forms of himself that could fight for him, allow him to be more than just one being. I'm pretty damn sure that's what these things are, at least a reference to, if not an exact copy of that. And I mean, it's a copy, I mean, it's unoriginal. I mean, that's pretty interesting now. That we're not sure if we're even getting a Shin Godzilla sequel. So it hasn't really been confirmed yet, although they really should if they want to learn from mistakes from the Millennium Era. But this is definitely that idea, but taken to the next level. Godzilla was defeated by humans in Shin Godzilla, so of course he was trying to be more like a human by having a lot of himself. This is more, well, I guess I'll say kaiju-like. It's a dragon-looking thing. Now, either this is Godzilla's next evolution directly as he evolved these like Shin Godzilla, all from what we've seen, this Godzilla will not be like Shin Godzilla. I don't think so. He looks, like I said, more like your traditional Godzilla, so I don't think it's a Shin Godzilla evolution. But what I do think, they took another idea from the Heisei era. Remember Godzilla 1985, Return of Godzilla, when the humans encounter that Shakilis, which is just a mutated sea louse, which of course they say was a creature that was feeding on Godzilla, and then it got irradiated because it fed on Godzilla's blood, and then grew to the size of damn near human, and used to drain humans dry of all their blood, which is pretty creepy. So I'm guessing maybe these creatures have a similar evolutionary pattern. They're parasites of some kind who were feeding on Godzilla, and then mutated into all different forms of him, and they're having their own evolutionary pattern. And that definitely makes sense because remember the, what do you call it, damn it, not the catchphrase, but damn it, I forget, the promotional thing on the poster said, despair evolves, so that would make a lot of sense for them to tie that in there. And since their evolutionary thing is a part of the poster, I'm guessing they're going to be a big part of the movie. So I'm wondering if they're going to have a kind of Megaguirus Destroyer type thing where they start off really small, and they keep evolving bigger and bigger and bigger to finally evolve into something that maybe even bigger than Godzilla. Who knows? Will that be revealed in this movie, or will it build up into the other two movies? I'm not entirely sure, but we'll see where that goes. And if that is the case with this Servum creature, who, don't get me wrong, looks really cool, and the idea is fantastic, I'm really hoping it doesn't overshadow the other monsters I really wanted to see, namely Rodan, Dagger, Kamacuras, Orga, and Dagger. I really want to see them. I hope they play a big part in the story. So, I mean, if they're going to show those monsters right now and then save the big Servum for later, I'd understand that. But, yeah, I just want them to make sure to give the old monsters a lot of attention, too. Because, like I said, a lot of these guys have been needing attention. Rodan will be seen like 2 years from now. But Anguirus and Orga and all of them, they need some love. So, please, Toho, don't let me down on that end. Dagger hasn't seen love since the 90s, and he's been in one freaking movie, and that's it. So hopefully we get to see a lot of them too. We didn't see any of them in the trailer, but I'm guessing they're going to say that for the the full-on trailer. It's like a minute or maybe 2 minutes long. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to hearing how the music is going to sound. I'm wondering what, I haven't really looked up the composer and see what he's done because I just want to see my first taste of it. Like Shin Godzilla got the first taste of music during the first real big trailer here, Persecution of the Masses. You already know that kind of sets the tone of what the movie's going to be like. So I'm hoping it's the same thing here. Next trailer has a big epic score that shows us what it's going to be all about. And one last thing I wanted to talk about was Godzilla's roar. Once again, they use a classic roar instead of a updated roar. And I'm going to assume they're going to use a classic roar again, because remember Shin Godzilla did the same thing. They used a classic roar in the teaser trailer, and everybody thought, okay, they're going to update the roar by the time the movie comes out. But it turns out, no, they just used classic roars for Godzilla throughout the entire movie. Although his roar did evolve from the very first 1954 film, and finally at the very end, they used 1984 Godzilla's roar. So, I think this is a good thing. Honestly, I want them to make a new roar, or at least make him just roar a lot more, I guess. I mean, Shin Godzilla was a really good movie to me, 10 out of 10, but one thing I wish they had done more is make him roar a little more. But I know what they're going for, so I understand. I don't hold it against the movie. And near the end of the movie, Shin Godzilla roars a lot while he's facing off the military and stuff. But, yeah, I just want to see Godzilla kind of return to the classic Godzilla, more animalistic. Shin Godzilla was not animalistic per se. He was, which made him so interesting. This was a Godzilla we are still struggling to understand to this day. That makes it an interesting movie. But, yeah, that's enough speculation about the trailer. Tell me in the comments what you guys thought of it. Did you like the animation? What do you think of this new Servum creature? I think it's really awesome, and hopefully it's very interesting creature that we see a lot more of it in the future, and hopefully it has a lasting impression. Whereas things like the Shockkeyless has probably been forgotten by now by a lot of people. I think that concept should have been used many times, but they didn't really build on it after Godzilla 1985. They kind of just let it slip away. Although I will say this, interesting thing about this, one last thing I almost forgot. Did you notice the eyes in the Servum creature? Funny thing is those red eyes kind of remind me a lot of the Muto, doesn't it? Doesn't it just a little bit? I don't know. Who knows? Are they trying to emulate 2014 or are they not? What do you guys think? Tell me all in the comments, and let's hope that next trailer comes out like August. Come on, guys.